She actually lets me sleep in the house. Most of the time. Most of the time. So.
I used to live in Rochelle.
Did you?
Yeah, you were talking about that.
Well, there you go. How about Springport? Anybody from Springport? No? Nobody here from Springport? Come on, somebody's got to be from Springport. You could jump in there and say, I'm from Springport. He is not from Springport.
I told Bob I was going to try to be quiet.
Hey, you can
Let
tell
you carry it.
You have more stories than I do, so.
You're doing pretty good right now. I'll let you keep it rolling.
Well, I'm kind of full of it sometimes, so. There you go.
There you go. I'm here for you.
So I was going to tell the story about the raccoon, the unwanted raccoon. So we have a dog and a cat, and I guess it's a few weeks ago now. The cat, he really didn't care so much, but the dog was sniffing around in this little corner of the kitchen in the dining room, and Nancy says, I hear something down there. If you don't know who Nancy Joe is, she's a lovely young lady right there. Raise your hand, my love. There you go, nice hand. She puts up with a lot. We live this rock and roll folk singer lifestyle. So, but you know what? In 3 days, she gets to retire. So that's pretty cool right there in itself. I got a little ways to go, but so we stocked up on bonbons, and she knows what channel all the soap operas are on. No, that won't happen. She's got a lot of chores, projects. What's that? Back myself up. Anyway, so the raccoon story. So this thing's sniffing around, or the dog is, and she's like, there's something over, I hear something over there. I thought he's probably trying to relick his treat. Yeah, relick his treat, something. He's something. And so I didn't pay much attention to it. And then, a few days later, she said, there's something there. There's something down, either across something. So I was kind of blowing it off. And then I heard it. So it was a little squeaky squeak, some kind of little weird noise. And I thought, oh, it's the floor. It's not the floor. I thought, well, our refrigerator makes a lot of weird noises. It wasn't the refrigerator. So I said, well, okay, I'll go downstairs, take a look. I went downstairs, and I kind of leaned up into the corner, and I heard, "Rrr." Yeah, that was not a squeak in the floor. That was not the dog or the cat. We had a raccoon mama, and I don't know how many babies. We don't know how many babies she had in there. So I went upstairs and I said, there is something down there. And she's like, you're an idiot. I told you there's something down there. Yeah. So I said, I'm going back down there. I went back down there and I was leaning on some water jugs, and she growled at me again, and I about threw those water jugs across the room, ran upstairs. I said, we got to call the wildlife people. So long story short, we called the wildlife guy. He said, well, you have a lot of options. Okay, you can rip up your kitchen floor. So that's not going to happen. Or you can wait it out for a couple weeks till Mama decides to take them out and go on their own. We said, maybe, but the noise was getting more intense. We thought these things are growing. So he said, or he could come over with this pheromone, which is a scent. Long story short, I won't go into all that, but it kind of deters Mama to move along. So we said yes. For $125, we'll take your 2 drops of pheromone. So that's what we did. And a couple days later, Mama and the babies were gone. And then we thought we heard them come back. But I think they're gone for sure. So in the meantime, being the not real smart homeowner that I am, ripped up all the deck outside and started cementing where I thought she came in. And we found a little spot where she probably got in. So anyway, happy to say that Mama has not been back. We hope that she's safe and raising all her babies somewhere else and not in our house. But anyway, so there's that story. That has nothing to do with raccoons. Anyway,